What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I know I've been away because a lot of things have been going on I had to deal with, and I couldn't basically be recording. So now I'm back, and let's start with, it's finally here. I finally started working out of my garage. As you can see, take a look. I mean, it's not the best yet. We still got a lot of work to do, but we got it set up that I can work out of it. I got a roof over me so the rain don't come in on me. I got cupboards that I'm going to be putting up over here. I'm going to put a big bench right across here. And I got my dartboard over there. I'm thinking I'm going to put my dartboard somewhere right there. Right there is where my dartboard's going to go. That way I can play darts. I do have to figure out the measurement because I know that the measurement on these here have to be a certain height. Regulations for standard dartboard. So with that said, that's one thing I got to do. But really what today is about is I got a vehicle customer I deal with all the time. He has small issue and then he has a big issue. So small issue is none of his headlights work. Whether it be the low beams, high beams, they don't work. Big issue is shock completely, or make sure I'm saying that right, yeah, shock on the rear completely went out. The car dances down the road now. Completely dances. Like I'll show you once I get it up here. There's no suspension left. It's completely gone. So we're gonna throw in new shocks in the back. We got the shocks over here. New shocks, sorry about that. We got the new shocks here. I'm gonna throw these in. These are the headlights, low beams, high beams. So we get them in and the new shocks in. Shouldn't be too bad to put these shocks in. It's not a BMW, so that's the main thing. And just like that, the car is in the shop. Alright guys, so we got the car in the shop and we'll just show you here. Okay, so this side. And I'm hardly even pushing on that, just got my elbow on it. Right, she pretty much dances. And then you go to the other side, and the other side is solid, right? Well, you know, I don't dance. So I told the customer, I said, you know, you go and you change one, and then what happens is the other one fails anyways. You might as well change the both of them. You know, and that way you know that the back end is good. So we're going to do that. We're going to change some headlights. Like I said, the headlights is pretty simple. There's not much to it. It's a pretty easy. Let me get this up. Right there. Okay. Yeah, the headlights are pretty simple. I mean, it's hard to see you. Let me get some light here. So, there's one there, and then the other one right there. Not hard to change at all. Same thing on the other side. Lots of room to change headlights in these Mazdas, which is a bonus because I see most of the cars I change headlights in lately. I got to take the headlight out to change them, or you got to take a bunch of stuff out of the way, or it's a nightmare. So it's nice to have a car that it's just basically plug and play. And just like that there, we'll get some headlights out. See what we got here. Okay, so these are low beam. I told them to get low beam LEDs. I said, you know, you might as well just get low beam LED lights. Like they're so much cheaper, right? So, you know, they're not cheaper. They're so much better, you know. And for literally, I think it's like an extra. I want to say it's an extra $20 for these here compared to just the HIDs or whatever. Okay, so that's not for that one. LEDs go in here. Alright. We'll figure it out here in a second. I gotta make sure which one's what. Actually, I can probably do it right quick here. Yeah, so the inner one is the inner one is the high beam. Okay. So yes, I was right. This one goes here. And it seems like they are not the right lights. That's kind of shitty. Yeah. So, with that said, guess what we're not doing? Unless, let me just check, because I look at the other box, and that says LED 2. So, did he do what I believe he did, and bought for both? He went LED for both. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that's that one. And that was for the inner one, so we'll change this one right quick. So we got that one out, and then I'm just gonna plug this one in. This is the new one. Come on out. In my opinion, that's the way to go with headlights anyways, is LEDs. They're so much brighter, so much cleaner. Oh, there we go. Oh shit, I just broke it. Excuse my language. Oh, yeah, this is the right one. It's the right one, we just gotta get rid of the old rubber off the old light. It's still there. See, the rubber still there. And then we'll slide this one in. There we go. And just like that, that one's in place, and then we'll just plug her in. Alright, so we got those two done. We just got this one over here left to do. Let me grab the camera, bring it over. See. Okay. And now we're on the final one here. I don't know if I'll edit this or not, as you know, you can see how long it took me to change the head bulbs with LEDs. And this is all four. This is your 2 low beams and 2 high beams. And this Mazda 3. Okay, and now for the real test, guys. time to check to see if it all works. So let's check her out. Well, we got one working. Okay, let me see what's going on here with this, and I'll come right back. And just like that, guys, we got it working. All it was a simple little thing. So the plug can go either one way or the other way and plug in. It must be for different vehicles, different way they plug in. So got those two. Let's check the two high beams now. Maybe we got to do the same thing. That one's working. And same thing, this here one's not working. So watch, I'll show you what I had to do. So I literally take this plug. Hold on, let me see if I can set this up so I can show you without. Sorry guys. Okay. So literally, unplug it, turn it around, and plug it in. And then you have the light working. It's kind of a joke, but whatever. I mean, that's the way they designed it. So, trial and error. We got them done. That's done. So, there you go. Customer will be happy about that. We can shut the car off. Shut the lights off. And now it's time to get to the back here. Alright guys, well, I thought that I had to do it from the trunk. Turns out, no, I don't. Now with this vehicle, you don't. You do it from underneath here, so we're going to get started. Just a little hiccup. So, let's get started. What I'm going to do first is up there, I got two bolts. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm going to lube them up. So, let's grab some of my famous stuff that I use all the time. We'll put this skull beam on too. And we'll grab some of this here. Perfect. This stuff, I really, really love this stuff. It's expensive. It's $20 a can, but it definitely does the trick you want it to do. So, let's hit where we want to hit. There we go. Nice and lubed up now. Okay, so what I gotta do is I'm gonna have to set you down because I'm gonna have to break this loose. Let's see if I can do it right quick here. Ow. That one. That one's loose. And then we'll do the other one. Okay. Now it's gonna get a little loud. We're gonna use a little bit of air tools to speed this process up. So let's make sure that we got this the right way. Yeah, we do. It's a little loud, guys, but we are getting her. Alright guys, so I got the top out. As you can see, Top is out. So now it's just down here. We got a 17 millimeter. We're gonna take it at the bottom. I already started loosening it while I was waiting for the compressor to quiet down. Good thing about the compressor is, you know, it makes the work faster, but at the same time, it's loud, right? It's really loud. So anything you're trying to do, if you're trying to talk or anything, it's basically, you're on silent. So, this is probably gonna hit me in the head here when this comes out. As you can see, okay, I think I'm at the point now where I can take it out with my fingers. So I'm gonna do that, we'll get it out, and then I'll show you. All right, and just like that, we got it out. I mean, that's your shock. It's perfect. That's the way they should be, right? That's how I would drive it anyways, like that, right? And just make it more fun. So now what I have to do is we got to get that top bolt out so then we can take this bracket out of the way here. Well, hopefully it didn't frig up. I just noticed that my camera was on looping. So if it did, well, we just lost a bit of video. Okay, so anyways, this is what I'm trying to do now is take this here up. Basically hold it with a set of vice grips and turn this nut out of the way. No, not me, the one that I'm trying to loosen here. All right, and there we have it. There's the old one. We want this part for the new one. So we gotta pop this gas. We gotta pop this little clip that holds the gas in, because that's not a big deal anymore. We want it to come out because oh, there we go. All right, and then we'll put this on here, and we got a new screw for that. Sorry guys if you can't see. Here, let me try and fix this up there. There we go. Okay, so now we got a new screw that we're gonna put on it. I'm used to having someone hold the camera for me. Trying to do this all on my own is, well, it's new to me. And I've been away for a minute. So, getting back into this here is, it's like riding a bike, right? You can do it, you just gotta get a few minutes of practice in. Okay, and that's that. I mean, it is a Loctite, so it should be able to turn some, right? Because it's on that other thing there that allows it. And then we'll put that back up in there. Huh. And that one's much better, guys. Much better. Okay, so let's go take it and put it on. All right, guys, we got a major problem. So, well, it's not a major problem, but it is a pretty big problem. So let's take, for instance, we'll grab this one, we'll bring it up here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Get that box out of the way. Get this new box open. So, if we look at the bottom here, at this one, hey, The bolt goes through. Yeah, lovely. Perfect. The way you want it to, right? You got all that extra thread. Well, if you look at this new one, they decided to make it out more, so I have no thread. So the problem I'm running into now is I can't even thread that in because it's not long enough. So here's where it becomes fun. Now I gotta run to my local shop called Edmonton Nuts and Bolts, and I need them to get me 2 of these here, longer. And we'll just get 2 big washers on the back side to hold it. As long as it's the same thread and a little longer, they'll work. We'll save these ones because I'll give them to the customer and I'll explain it to them. And I'll tell them that I had to go get these ones. There is a cost for me going and spending my time and plus the part. That's the way it goes, right? That's what you get when you buy these aftermarket, right? Let me tell you, okay? There's nothing wrong with aftermarket stuff, especially off of, you know, Amazon or whatever. The parts are, you know, they're cheap, they're affordable, you know. Actually, I'll tell you a true story, okay? So I went into my local parts store here the other day to get a set of brake pads because the guys at Canadian Tire or Parts, one of the stores, they freaked out and gave the customer the wrong brake pad, so we had to go get another set. I went in there, the box that it came in said made in China. So anybody out there that says, oh, you know, it's not as good, you're buying the same thing at twice the cost. I don't care what you say, that's the way it is. Everything is made in China these days. Why? Because it's cheap to make. And why wouldn't you? If you're a multi-million-dollar company and you're making a product, why wouldn't you have it made in China so that you can save the money, right? The markup is incredible, right? You buy some, or you get China to make, let's say, brake pads, for instance. Okay, they're charging $10 a set of brake pads. China is to make them. You're buying them for $10. You're turning around selling them for $50. That's a 40% markup on them brake pads. Or sorry, 80% markup on those brake pads. 80% markup. Would you do it? Of course you would. Why wouldn't you? No, there's no one in this world that wouldn't do that. That's complete common sense. So anybody that says, oh, the parts aren't as good, bull crap. They're all made in the same place. Just the only difference is you're cutting out the middleman when you buy them off Amazon. So with that said, I gotta go get 2 of these bolts longer because I'm gonna have the same problem on the other side. So never think that a job is only gonna take you an hour when it turns out it takes you like half the day because you gotta run and grab parts and you gotta run and grab this and that. That's why I need a second guy. Just, you know, I send him to do it and I bill a customer for it. And that way, what I could have done is I could have put my jack stand under there, had the other side off and ready to go too. So, anyways, with that said, let me run to the local bolt store and get 2 new bolts. Alright guys, I figured I'd just show this right quick, the new tire for my bike. I haven't got it on yet, but that's for the rear tire. And then you see my bike out here. I haven't really ridden it much this year. Just I haven't really had time nor anybody to go out with, and I don't see the point in just driving it for no reason. So let's jump in this here beast, the Dodge Journey. Everybody owns a Dodge Journey. They either own a Dodge Journey or a Dodge Ram. When they ask me, they're both fucking junk. Excuse my language. Well, I never had so many problems with vehicles in my life. So, anyways, let's go grab this stuff from the parts store, and then we'll come back. All right, guys, let's see if this works. Here's the bolt with the washer, and we're gonna put it in. I don't know if you can see that great, but there we go. Still seems like it doesn't want to go in. Okay, well, I'm having a little bit of problem, so give me a second. All right, guys, so I got it in. It was just took a second to do it, but I got it. So it's in there, it's tight. So now I just got to tighten up the top, and then we will be done this side. You know, like I said, this is a job that's supposed to be quick. Turns out it takes longer than it originally was. So here we are. We're finally getting this side done, and then we'll move on to the other side. The other side will be way quicker because we already got the other bolt I need, right? So I'll take that over right now and put it on the other side. And that'll be that. Well, guys, I got that side back on too. And we're all done. I got to put the tire on. As you can see, the compressor's going again. It doesn't take very long to put it together or take it apart. It's when you run into problems is where it starts taking time, right? Like having to run and grab two of these here just made it harder. It made it harder having to go grab two new bolts. So what I'll do is I'll take these two and I'm gonna stick them right here in this cup holder, and that way I can explain that to them. That was the issue there. So we'll grab this tire. See if I can do this with one hand. Yeah, we got her on there anyways. We get a nut on there. I say a nut, but it's a wheel lug. Get this done, go make some lunch, and then go see what's wrong with my buddy's daughter's car. See what the problem is there. She's too scared to drive it because the front end shakes. So it's probably, if I was to guess, it's probably either a ball joint or a tie rod, or maybe it's a wheel bearing. But I think if it was a wheel bearing, you would know that something was going wrong before it actually went wrong. If you're wondering what the torque is on this, I'll show you. Click. Yeah. Click. Actually, do that all. Yeah, that's good. Click. Put it this way, you know what the torque is? The torque is, it's not going to ever come off again. Right? Like, unless you loosen it off. Click. And there we are, guys. We are done. So, let me clean up, and we'll figure out what we're doing next. There we go. We put a little bit of go-go juice on our hands, and we clean them up with this nice, fancy, white, brand new cloth. Probably saying, why are you using that brand new cloth? Well, here's the reason why. Just like every other shop, right? There's a shop fee, and that shop fee covers rags, cloths, whatever you want to call them, right? I tried using these things. they're garbage. I would never recommend buying them at all. These things here. So they're supposed to be like for detailing the car and stuff. And let me see if I can open the box up. Put it this way, I don't use them. I don't even use them. I forgot all about them, to be honest. But they're supposed to, like, when you wipe down the car, it's supposed to take it off. It's supposed to be for doing paint jobs and stuff. Well, I found that these were garbage, and these cloths here that I waste work way better for wiping down a car. And well, one of the reasons is because they're microfiber towels, right? So they work the best, and that's why I buy them, because I do a lot of paint jobs on cars, touch-ups, stuff like that there, where it involves me needing to do that. So I throw my rag there, this here thing, I'll throw in the garbage over here. I need to empty out the garbage. But that's that. So with that said, guys, I'm gonna pull this car out and I'm gonna grab some lunch. And this is another one I'm working on here. This is another Mazda. I took the fenders off. They were rotten, rusty to death, so I took them off. We're gonna put new ones on. I did paint the hood a little bit, but it was with whatever paint I had. She didn't want to spend money, so this fender needs to be replaced. And then we're doing front and rear shocks on this complete car, and hopefully it works out for her. And just like that, guys, we are back at the house after going and fixing that car. So the problem over there was one of the trail arms on the back of the car had snapped in half. I had to replace it. I did not do the filming because I'm on a time crunch. You know, I'm working for a customer. I can't be, you know, taking the time to record and this and that. As far as doing the one this morning, it's all right, because I wasn't in a time crunch and I never billed the customer any more than I'd already agreed to. So it worked out for him and me. And phone gotta start ringing. But anyways, with that said, that's pretty much how my day goes most of the time. I'm constantly working. But here we are, my garage. I still gotta do some work. I gotta get jib rock up, I gotta get insulation up, I gotta get polythene up. I think that's what you call it. Oh my God. And once I get that up, then the garage will be back to normal. But with that said, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Give a thumbs up, like this, and we'll see you on the next one.